Hey guys, today I'm going to show you guys a few things to do with some of the bigger nail art that we get in nail swaps. By bigger, I mean things that we can't really, things that wouldn't, I don't know, I guess they would work in a mix, but things that I prefer not to put in a mix because they're so large. But there are some pretty cool things that you can do with them to use them in your acrylic mixes and stuff like that, aside from just using them as a glue-on decoration. I'm going to show you guys some encapsulation designs that I like to use these type of nail art things with. These are huge holographic squares. These are some really large mirror dots, and these are some clear iridescent dots and stars, hexagons and stars. So I'm going to show you guys what I do with them. And I'm also going to show you guys how to form your own tips. We're going to be using these forms today. So let me see if I can back out a little bit and lift you guys up. I have my camera needs to be lifted a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to be using this nail form, and we usually take the dot out, flip the form over, put the dot under here for extra support. Okay, and then you bend it between your fingers and roll. And then I like to tear the top open because sometimes I like making a homemade duct tip, or sometimes I like making a stiletto, and that will allow me to bend the form as necessary. So I bend the form and I put it under the nail. And this one is gonna kind of duck out, so I'm going to go like this, and I'm not going to pinch it. Because I want this to have a wider bottom on it, I'm not going to pinch the underneath of the form. I'm going to leave it flared out like that. Now these fingers are not the best to work with. When you're doing it on a client, it's a lot easier. But you can see how the nail is going to flare out on both sides of the form. I'm using my clear acrylic, and I'm going to start right on the tip of the nail. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a little bit of clear acrylic. I'm going to take one of them and I'm going to pat it right there. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, so while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and do my nail bed pink, and then we're going to encapsulate the whole thing. So I'm going to file this. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I filed this, but this, let me just tell you, this is the worst nail I've ever done in my entire life. It just does not want to stick to this finger, so half of the nail bed came off. It's completely misshapen, but you know, you guys get the point. So this is, let me see if I can put a top coat on this real quick so you can see the design inlaid in there. It's not really a design, it's just, you know, encapsulation, you know. And the nail is completely crippled. Completely unhappy with this finger. I'm just going to throw away the whole damn thing. But yeah, basically. So that's nail number 1. Creepy. Alright guys, so I have been asked how I prep my nails on my fake fingers. All I do basically is I take some clear acrylic. I put a bead of it on my mannequin's fake nail bed, or whatever, and I give her a fingernail. It's just as simple as that. I push it up underneath the cuticle and I let it dry. Okay? And I've had a lot of questions, well, how do you get that off? Basically, I rip it off and I use my cuticle nipper to pull out the rest from underneath the cuticle. I've never had a problem with it that way. And they're fake fingers, so don't be afraid to be abusive. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm back. It's fairly dry now, so I'm going to go ahead and take my clipper nipper and I'm going to shorten this nail a little bit. Alright. And this is a design that I used to do on myself quite a bit. I would use either stars or, you know, any holographic little shapes are cute, hearts, stars. I'm going to use these squares this time. Now, oops, I just poured out way too many of them. But they're adorable. They're definitely holographic and cute. And they really catch the light, especially on a clear tip or on a clear formed nail. And I really like doing this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my brush and my acrylic, and I'm going to get a little bit of clear acrylic, and I'm going to just brush it over the tip of my nail like this. And then I'm going to pick up some of these little holographic squares and just kind of place them here and there on the nail. And I'm going to let that set up for a minute. I'm going to put my pink nail bed on. Alright guys, I'm back and the nail is fairly hard. You can hear it when you tap. That hollow sound means that it's ready to buff. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to straighten out the sides. It was a fairly good application, so there isn't much filing to be done. You can definitely tell something needs to be filed if you see ridges like this, or if when you're filing a part of the nail stays shiny while the rest of it around it gets buffed, then you can definitely tell that it needs to be filed smooth. Now you can do it by hand like this, or I have my trusty drill friend here, and this just makes it a lot easier and faster. I just basically zip it into the shape that I want. It doesn't take long at all. I'm going to give this one the kind of tip that I have going on right now.
My wrist should not make this sound. My wrist should not make this sound.
Okay, once you get your shape the way that you want it, okay. Once you get your shape the way that you want it, you want to take your buffer and you want to smooth all the edges. Oops, sorry guys. Totally whacked the camera. Once you get it smooth, you're going to use some alcohol or any sort of dust remover and lint-free wipe to remove any of the lint and stuff from your nail. And then this is what the nail looks like. I'm gonna zoom you guys in again. This is what the nail looks like. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna top coat it for you guys. I'm using this Seshvi top coat. Not that it matters. I'm just trying to show you guys how to do cool encapsulations that look really cute. I love this design. I love how cool it looks once it's finished. See those large dots? They come out really cute. Let me move this light a little bit. Okay. So yeah, like that, I think, is a cute design for those big squares. I really like that design. You can do with hearts or stars or whatever.
Horseshoes.
All right, so yeah, my daughter says horseshoes. So things like this, the clear little stars and hearts, those would look cute encapsulated and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Just a quick little bit of information as far as what you can do with some of the larger nail art that we get in our swaps. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you soon.